talking about the creativity on digital and media platforms. We haven't been talking that much about creativity in live space, in IRL, right? In real life, if you're old like me and you don't know what it is. So that's why I'm so excited to have Krista today to talk about what is the future of creativity in space. And so before we do that, I am so excited to have one of my friends, and he's an artist, and Marco Santini, who's here. Say hi, Marco.
Hello, thank you for having me, Brad.
Well, the reason why I'm having you here, and thank you for being here, is because you escaped your house. And you spent some time creating this, and this beautiful mural, which I can't wait for you to explain, that shows what's in your heart and soul. And what's also interesting to me in terms of the brand conversation, which I've also had for the last 9 weeks, where it started with sensitivity, then it was like in these uncertain times, and then finally we saw the CVS ad, which is showing like inspiration of being at home. This is an example of a brand, i.e. Bloomingdales, who partnered with you and also had you create this mural on the boarded up walls that protected the store. So Marco, thanks for being here. I want to hear what this was all about. Like, just give us all the headlines. I mean, again, I'm so interested that you are a creative who didn't do this on a digital platform.
Thank you. Honestly, thank you for having me. I've been very fortunate as an artist to work with Bloomingdales over 10 times last year. I painted their windows at 59th Street for Valentine's Day. I painted their windows in Soho for Pride. I've done a lot of customization events. And when they decided to shut their store and put up the boards, they wanted to continue that interactivity and really, doing something special. And they gave me complete creative control to go out there and do whatever I wanted. And that allowed me to continue doing, spreading my purpose of love and positivity out there, and really being able to give something back to the first responders. So I made this modern glass design, almost like you would see in a church, and really wanted to put a lot of hidden messages in there, almost like a Where's Waldo. So when you walk by, using the B of Bloomingdale's, I'd have be essential, be aware, be safe, be smart, but also I hid the word love in over 50 different languages in there. I did it on Earth Day, and it was just really meaningful because it was the first time I was out of my house for real in about 2 months. First time I was in a car. I usually would have city biked up there, but I had 50 cans of spray paint, so that would have been a little difficult. And I really just felt inspired. I wasn't afraid to get out there. I've obviously been following the news and hearing everything, but to me, it aligned so much with my purpose that it made it so important to get out there and do it. And I feel like people were really craving human interaction. I mean, I was up there almost about 20 feet on one of the ladders, and someone just saw me kind of, getting up there, and a total stranger with a mask on walked over and held my ladder while I got up there, and we started talking. And that was just the sweetest thing and pushed me even further to do something wonderful. So it was a great experience. I always give out free stickers at my event. I've created this One Love logo that's got the word love in many different languages. It's meant to symbolize that there's more that unites us than divides us. And I usually hand those out at events. But this time I put them all the way to the side under a spray paint can, and people were still taking them and walking by. I mean, it was a Wednesday that felt like a Sunday morning where no one was really around comparatively, especially on Broadway. But it was a really special event, and I felt like I got to do something really wonderful.
All right. So did you ever imagine that this would happen to you, or did you think you were going to stay at home just like painting pictures or whatever?
Well, it was a little sad for many reasons, but I had many projects either postponed or canceled. I was supposed to paint a hotel in Miami. I've done a lot of really fun work with different brands. And, this is mural season. The warmer it gets, the more likely people are out there wanting to, collaborate with brands, find walls, find restaurants, find things to do. And it was way late in the season for me to have my first one, but for obvious reasons. And I was just itching to do it, and to be able to have creative control, I think, really speaks to the power that a brand has to believe in you. If they've seen your work, and if they know what you're about, they know they can count on you. It was that extra oomph of positivity that they gave me. So it was really a dream come true. And I'm just glad that I was able to not listen too much to my mom, who told me not to venture outside my house too much. But
Is this the mask you wore, or Time Out basically just like gave you a prop?
that, so that's the mask I wear all the time. You know, it's a little bit more colorful and fun, but it's to protect me against the spray paint that I use. But honestly, it felt so normal because everyone was wearing something like that.
Okay. And so what's next, do you think? Are you going to basically be painting all over New York City?
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. You know, I'm still talking to other brands. This was lovely. I mean, the art critic from Time Out walked by it and saw my Instagram handle on there, reached out to me, and this article was really a blessing in disguise, just to wake up to. But yeah, listen, if any brand out there or any client is looking to help with spreading love and positivity, especially now, to, you know, show respect for first responders and essential workers, that aligns with my purpose, and I'm willing to do what it takes. And until then, I'm working on my own projects and trying to do as much for my home. I feel like a lot of creatives and entrepreneurs might see this as a little bit normal, just locking yourself in your art studio and creating for hours. That's a little bit normal for me. So I hope that we get out of it soon, but I'm definitely open to new opportunities that speak to this purpose.
Are there other artists who are using this as an example to go out and create?
There have been. I mean, you'll see a lot of people, I think, will just go up and start bombing, which is, you know, the more illegal versions of it. But I think that there are brands that want to not only showcase that they're still relevant, but to show something beautiful into the community and to be able to tap on some of those artists. I know Jason Naylor was able to paint over the Coach windows in Soho. I know that there are a few other artists who have seen this and just feel that urge to go out there. And I think, you know, we have to be fearless as artists, not only to put your artwork out there, but to believe in it and to not worry about the criticism. So I think as a group, we're doing pretty good.
Well, thanks, Marco, for explaining that to me. It seems like this could be a really authentic way for brands to really connect with this time instead of really selling. I hope to see a lot more art everywhere. And what do you think the future of artists in New York is going to be now that, you know, people have an interesting perception?
I think there's going to be a huge cultural and creative awakening that happens when this is all lifted, because you have a lot of artists, musicians, poets, writers, all at home creating and bottling up all this energy and this beauty and waiting to leash it upon the world. And I think when people are gathering together, when people are going out at galleries and events and concerts, you're just going to see this beauty flourish in a way that's never done before. And so I'm very excited for that. I hope that we can all find ways to pay the bills and make it work until then. But I believe in the creative spirit. And I think that we all have something wonderful to share with each other.
All right. Well, thank you for that inspiration. Keep in touch. Let us know. And why don't you put your Instagram handle so we could follow you and see all your beautiful art that we're going to continue to see. All right. Thank you, Marco. And